but stop financing the very things that are killing you and your family.
Absolutely. Now, other solutions. I jumped in there when you said get as far away as you can from their money.
Here's the next solution. Who are you supporting for sheriff in this local election? Okay, if 3,100 counties, the sheriff, there's dual sovereignty under the Constitution. So your sheriff can literally tell the federal government to get off, your county property, and no, they may not enforce something that is outside the 10th Amendment. Okay, so we're coming into the election cycle, and the election cycle is always a time, Alex, when you can be talking to your neighbors about all these issues. And let me tell you something, the fact that the bailouts and health care passed without having any kind of sufficient popular support for a change of that extraordinary nature has got people worked up and they're ready to have a conversation. So number one, you want to get into office the right kind of sheriff, and you want your sheriff. Is your sheriff out there doing crime patrol, or is your sheriff instead spending all of your tax monies foreclosing on people on behalf of the big banks?
And trying to squeeze people and raise revenue. We've always promoted patriot sheriffs, so we're on the same page
right.
On that front.
The second thing is, in your state and local areas, you have candidates who are proposing 10th Amendment legislation. So, for example, Idaho passed the Health Freedom Act. We have lots of states trying to pass Health Freedom Act. We have lots of states, doing a variety of things on the 10th Amendment. There's a great 10th Amendment Center online. So you want to find out where the state and local representatives who are active on 10th Amendment, and you want to get hooked up and supporting them. Okay?
But the number one message here is get up. Don't just count on other people to do it. Now, I want to get into some other issues after we talk about some more solutions here, but I also want to talk about what their end game is, studying these larger...
okay, so can I mention one other thing?
Go ahead.
Stop giving them your data. There's Edwin Black. Have you ever had Edwin Black on?
Yes.
Edwin Black wrote the book about IBM building the database and computer systems for the Holocaust.
Yes.
Okay. Well, any kind of police state or any kind of slavery depends seriously on having the infrastructure you need, the database and computer infrastructure you need to manage large populations. So it's just like if you're a farmer and you have livestock, you need great data and great databases if you're going to manage the population. Ditto here. And what we're watching in the health care bill, in a variety of different legislations and policies, and now with the census, is the effort to build the definitive database infrastructure that will allow them to define where you live, who you live with, connect up your health care databases, connect up your tax information if they want to, connect up all sorts of private commercial information they have about your spending habits, use artificial
Well, that's what this bill does. It says the IRS looks at the health care you're getting and can take money out of your savings account, medical savings account. You were talking about how they're putting in new laws to track all your money or not let you get your money out of the country. The elites already pulled their money out. Now they want to make sure the middle class has to stay here and basically be sucked dry.
Right. So what you want to do, the first thing you want to do is you want to get your data out of the system. Stop giving them data. Okay? And there are lots of different ways you can do that. And then the second thing you want to do is you want to get out of the money system as much as possible anyway. So anything you can do to protect, to not make yourself a target, we can put our money in a stock, get a dividend, and then go buy water from the water company. But also, if we live in a rural area, we can just stop being in the middle, and we can go out and build a well. And then I don't need your stock, and I don't need your dividend.
And that's why they're moving nationwide and worldwide to block people drilling their own wells.
Well, that's why. So if you can, you want to live in an area where you still have the power to do that.
Okay, we're running out of time, and it's clear I've got to have you back up for a full hour just on solutions. Those are all great solutions. I, number one, say wake people up. They're ready to be woken up to the full horror. But looking at their program and being able to factor in all these different elements on a wide spectrum analysis, what do you see as their game plan in the next 6 months to a year to 2 years, out to 5 years? How do you see them unrolling this global financial takeover? And then we'll dovetail that with this war-making economy that isn't just launching wars overseas, naked body scanners, surveillance, face scanners, CPS, DynCorp out grabbing more children for no reason, the Texas case where they're taking people's kids now if their parents say don't trust the government. I mean, it's getting crazy.
Right. No, it's been crazy for a long time, but it's going to become very crazy to most people. And I think what you need to do is, first and foremost, you need to know that if you are awake and out to protect yourself, they can't do this. And so the question is, what the step number one everybody has to do is turn off their TV and stop listening to their media and stay linked into media that's telling you the truth. That's step number one, because the first way they control you, Alex, is with your mind. So the first step is get your mind clean. Don't let them control your mind.
Well, I mean, how can a cop take a family's child and put on the CPS form they taught their children not to trust the government? I mean, that's right out of 1984, and these cops feel good while they're doing this. I mean, these are tyrants.
You know why? Because I've seen this in my own situation when I was targeted. Every team, we had 18 audits and investigations at the Hamilton Securities Group, and when each one started, the people coming in to audit, investigate, thought we were, just bad, horrible people. And then we'd work with them, and before it was over, they'd be on our side against the government. But initially, they are taught to believe that you're bad people, and the problem is most people get defensive and don't work through it. We were trained in spiritual warfare, so we saw it as our job to bring them across to the light, and usually did. And so, they really don't know, and it's hard, Alex, for you to fathom that the system is that ugly or that evil. They really don't know, many of them. So we got to turn them around.